August 25th, 1944. A suffocating heat clings to the streets of Paris, but it isn't the summer sun that has the city trembling. It is the silence, a heavy, artificial silence that masks the sound of ticking clocks and the soft unspooling of demolition wires. The City of Light, the crown jewel of European culture, is no longer a city of life. It has been transformed into a massive, interconnected bomb. Beneath the iron skirts of the Eiffel Tower, 3 tons of high explosives have been lashed to the girders. The foundations of Notre Dame, the arches of the Pont Neuf, the grand halls of the Louvre, and the heights of the Arc de Triomphe are all wired, fused, and ready to be reduced to a heap of blackened stone and charred history. This was the final solution for a city that refused to die quietly. Adolf Hitler's orders were not merely military, they were apocalyptic. He didn't want a retreat. He wanted a funeral pyre. He demanded that Paris must not fall into the hands of the Allies except as a field of ruins. The man holding the matches was General Dietrich von Choltitz. He was the newly minted military governor, a man handpicked for his cold, mechanical efficiency. He had 48 hours to decide whether to follow the most sacred oath of his life, the oath of a soldier to his Führer, or to commit an act of treason that would save millions of lives but brand him a coward in the eyes of his nation. What happened next is one of the most tense and improbable chapters of the Second World War. It is the story of a man who spent his life destroying cities, only to find his soul in the one he was ordered to burn. To understand the weight of the choice facing von Choltitz, you have to understand the man the Third Reich had built. He wasn't a poet or a philosopher. He was a product of the Prussian military machine, a lineage of soldiers where obedience was the highest virtue and hesitation was a terminal sin. By the time he reached Paris, von Choltitz had earned a fearsome reputation. He was known as the conqueror of cities, a title earned through fire and blood. In 1940, he had been a key architect in the aerial obliteration of Rotterdam, a strike so brutal it forced the Netherlands to surrender almost instantly. Later, on the Eastern Front, he led the siege of Sevastopol, overseeing a campaign of attrition that left the city a skeletal remain of its former self. He had seen the worst of the war, and he had been the one to inflict it. He was a man who did not flinch at the sight of ruins. This was exactly why Hitler chose him.